once again, I'm back with another video. This is episode 4. We are going to be talking about politics again. I just want to sum up what we have been talking about in the last 3 episodes. I have been reviewing a lot of the upcoming elections. So I am going to be summing up on the discussions that I've had and the some of the points that I've touched on ever since I started. So this is the fourth episode talking about the upcoming elections of 2024 in South Africa. So yeah, I just today I want to get a bit personal. I have been talking on a general basis. I've been talking a lot holistically, but now I want to look at myself and how the elections affect me. How do I feel as opposed to just talking generally like I'm not part of the upcoming elections. So I want to discuss how the elections affect me, how the elections affect my kids, my family, brothers and sisters, my friends, my colleagues. So the way I feel about this whole thing, right? It's I'm thinking it's the same thing over and over again, and another part of me is saying that it's my right to look at the elections as a potential to change things for myself, change things for my future, change how I look at what's coming tomorrow. So we are all tired. I understand we are all tired. We are all tired of the ANC. We are all tired of everything that's going on in the country, the load shedding, a whole lot of problems. I can go on and on just talking about problems that we have in this country. I want to talk about solutions, like what can we do? Why is everyone keep on saying that we got issues, we got water issues, water problems, electric problems, unemployment is a big issue that people are talking about. I want to dig deep within myself and just look at how does the state of the country affect me as an individual, because my vote is an individual vote, your vote is an individual vote also. I want to question myself and ask myself this question: what am I going to do? What will I do about my own situation? I'm in a situation where I'm still an employee. I have side hustles and businesses here and there, small things that will not change the world. And the main purpose of changing things is not changing the world, but you start with yourself. Charity begins at home. A lot of people who are campaigning to get our votes, they have worked on themselves. They've become leaders today, and they feel like they can change somebody's lives. They can change a lot of our lives. So I believe that before we look on the outside, let's look inside. Before we look at solutions from others, start with yourself. I'm feeling like this because it's just a day before elections, and I know I'm not going to waste this opportunity and not vote purposefully. I want to vote. I want to impact my own life through this vote, and I believe it's my right, it's my responsibility to use um, the the opportunity and the right in a way that is totally impactful and intentional. I'm not just going to vote just because I am going to vote, but I'm going to vote intentionally, knowing that I'm doing this for a reason. In the next 30 years, as we transition from the past 30 years, in the next 30 years, our kids will be looking at us. Our kids will be living in that time. There will be the youth of this time, of the coming times. In the next 30 years, my kids will be 38 and 35. So I'm in a situation where I'm looking in the next 30 years. I will be in my 60s, I will be in my 70s at that time. I may not even be here to witness what the next generation is going to face, what they're going to go through. And it will be a damn shame if by the time we get to that point, whether we are here or not, our kids are going to face the same things that we are facing. And some of them are not even born yet. Some of them are still going to come into this world, live in this country. We cannot, in 2030 or in 2034, in 2054, be still talking about the same thing. We cannot still be talking about load shedding, we'll still be talking about unemployment rates are shooting through the roof. We cannot still be talking about things that we are experiencing now. Our kids should not, you know, be facing the same situations that we are facing right now. So a lot of people are applying for jobs, a lot of people have qualifications, but they cannot find employment. So it's a situation where we don't want our children or the future generation to be going through the same thing. And you might be out there thinking that you don't care what goes on in this country politically. You know, you just focus in your own immediate space. But I'm thinking, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, it cannot be that way. You know, we have to change some things. It has to change. It may be funny, but it's not funny. You know what I mean? It's not funny at all. We have to look at our own situations and question ourselves. Do we want to keep going through this thing, or do we want to step up and make a change? You know, I mentioned just a few minutes ago that I am employed. I'm an employee. I'm also a hustler. I've got side hustles that I do every now and then on a regular. You know, something that gives me money for petrol, pocket money, things of that nature. But it's not enough. We know we are in a situation where we are totally unequal in this country. There's a serious, huge problem of inequality. So I'm thinking, you know, the situation that I'm in, it may be worse for some other people. Some other people, they just want money to be able to buy data and apply for jobs, buy data and look for opportunities and look for peace jobs, things of that nature. So when we took, you know, the opportunity, or when we are going to be taking the opportunity to vote, I want us to look at it as if, you know, we have nothing, as if we're starting from zero. If you wake up tomorrow and you have zero, what are you going to do? Are you going to be looking at these politicians as your way out, or are you going to step up and do something? COVID came, COVID went. The situations have forced us to rise up. I remember back in 2020, I was going through the most. Things were tough, things were difficult, and I didn't know what was going to happen with me, with my life, and working from home, things of that nature. It was a lot of uncertainty going on in our lives. A lot of us, or the whole country, the whole world, was going through COVID. But now it's 4 years later, we're in a situation where we can make some changes. We can change some things in our lives. And a lot of us were forced, you know, during COVID, to start small businesses, start a little farm here and there, start a little venture where you can sell things. You know, I started a business, or a venture, a project you can call it, of breeding pigs. And I bought a few pigs in Bulugwane, transported them home. There were small baby pigs. Actually, it started with three. I started with three pigs, started farming, looking at the future. A lot of us were in the spirits of hustling. A lot of hustlers were born during COVID. A lot of hustlers, you know, are still going now off the spirit of what COVID brought to us. The inspiration that we had in the beginning of COVID, and in 2020. So I'm looking at this now, saying that we are kind of a similar situation. Going back to the story that I've just said about starting a small farm, a lot of people were farming cabbages. They were planting cabbages, planting food that they will sell to our community and surrounding communities, just to put food on the table, just to be motivated to rise above the issues that we are facing, to rise above poverty, rise above the challenges, economic challenges that we are facing. So looking at this opportunity now in 2024, going into voting, I believe it's my opportunity as a South African to look at it as a way for me to get up. I don't believe by a long shot that anything is going to change come the 30th of May. Things are still going to be the same. Those who have won elections or those who have gained something are going to be celebrating. But the person who's living in the village without a job, trying to farm, they don't even have money for seeds or money for compost to plant what they can sell. Those people in the township living in shacks, applying for jobs, looking for opportunities, no data, no airtime, a zero balance in the bank account, they are not going to be celebrating at all. They'll be looking at these politicians thinking, what now? Uh, what are we going to be doing come 1st of June? What are we going to be doing come 1st of January 2025? What are we going to be doing? And you can't be sitting as an individual looking at Julius or looking at the DA or looking at these other new parties to change your life. We have to step up. We have to develop ourselves. We have to do things that can improve us. And when you look at your situation, you look now what we're going through. Food is expensive, fuel is expensive, a lot of things are expensive. So when you look at what we will be going through, it's not going to change overnight. You know what I mean? It's not going to change at all. We have to look at ourselves and think, we are, it's a reality. We are living in poverty. We are living in a shamble of a country. We are living, in a dungeon. We are living in hell right now. We have to pull ourselves up. And looking at a politician who is campaigning, they have millions. And if you look at the millions that is being the millions that are being donated to these people, it's a lot of money. So there is definitely an opportunity for us to rise up. We cannot be sitting thinking the same thing, continuing to do the same thing over and over again. We have to do what's best for us. I'm putting it out there to you and myself. It starts here. It starts with me. I'm not, as an individual, I'm not going to sit and hope that somebody's going to change my life, that somebody's going to, just because I'm affiliated with their political party, they are going to change my life. They're going to give me jobs. They're going to put food on my table. No. I have to step up for my own children. I have to step up for my own family, wife and kids. I have to step up. Everybody, each and every one of us, you have to step up. You cannot be looking at a politician thinking that this is the way out. No, it's not the way out. And it makes me very mad looking at myself and thinking, I've wasted time hoping and thinking. Sometimes you sit in a company, you sit in a job or in an organization hoping that the next person is going to make a decision that's going to make you get promoted, that's going to make you go into a higher position. You know what I mean? Your president doesn't give a damn about you. They don't even know who you are. They look at us as statistics. You know what I mean? Apologies for getting heated up, but they don't give a damn about us. These presidents, these political party leaders, they don't give a damn about us. We have to look at ourselves and look within. What can I do for self? You know what I mean? Poverty is a crime against humanity. Everybody in Africa, a lot of people in Africa, they are going through this. And some of us, even when we are working, definitely, if your job ends tomorrow, we are living hand to mouth. So if your job ends tomorrow, you are back on the streets, you are back up. You are back applying for jobs. You are back living in poverty. So, we have to look at this thing in a realistic manner. We're not going to be sustained by these politicians. It's all up to us. They put food on the table. It's a profession for some of these people. They are professional politicians. They are career politicians. You know what I mean? Everybody in campaigns right now, campaigning for votes, that's their bread and butter. You know what I mean? So we have to step up and take our own, you know what I mean? We have to step up, and face our own situations, our own issues. These politicians, they are not going to help us. So I'm putting it out there to each and every one of you, and thank you very much for subscribing to the channel, supporting the move, supporting this initiative that I've just taken to start talking and conversing with people. And very soon I'll be sitting down with some people. We'll be discussing some of these issues. We'll be looking at some of these things in a sit down and dissect and download some of these ideas that we have. Maybe we can change our situations, maybe we can change our neighbors, maybe we can change our family. It starts with our family. We have to stop this thing of being dependent on the government, being dependent on politicians. It starts with small things. You get few crumbs here and there, 350 here and there, 2,100 here and there, and you use that money to do something for yourself. Put something on the table, start a business, start something, start selling something, sell something. Everybody can sell. Everybody can sell. Start selling to your church members, start selling to your friends, start selling to your families, start selling to your colleagues. Everybody can sell something. It's not like it's a monopoly out here. There are a lot of opportunities to hustle. Each and every one of us can do something. So I'm putting it out there to say, forget the DA, forget the ANC, forget EFF, forget all these parties. We still gotta vote. We still gotta vote, but forget them. It's all within you. It starts with you. It starts with you. So I'm putting it out there to all of us to say, let's go out and vote. Vote for change. Vote for whatever you believe, the change that you want is aligned with the party that you're voting for. But do not make a mistake of thinking that they are going to solve it for us. Why didn't the ANC solve it for us all these years? Why didn't the ANC in the past 30 years solve it for us? They have experience, they have fought. Some of them have been in the struggle. They are organizers, they are creative people, they are persistent, they are motivated. They were motivated to do something, to change, to conquer, to overcome. They did overcome. That's why we are here now. But they have not been helping. And what makes you think that a new party who has not had the struggles that the ANC had is going to help? What makes you think they're different? They are all the same. So each and every one of us, it starts with us. They have their own journey, we have our own journey. I want to put it out there to all of us to say, we have an opportunity to do something great. We have an opportunity to wake up the 30th of May and do something for ourselves. Rise up and start something, start an initiative, start something that is going to help you and help your family. You know what I mean? I just want to say, let's all get up, let's go and work, let's go and start businesses, let's start hustling. And in this country, sometimes I sit and I think one job is not enough. We need 2 jobs, we need 3 jobs. You need a job, you need a hustle, you need a business, you need to partner with some people, do some projects, make some money. One job is not enough. And sometimes I envy Americans. They some of them, they work 2 jobs, and they're proud of it. My other job, I got this job, I'm going to my night job, I'm going to my day job. I know you've heard of this in TV or in movies, that some of these people, they are working 2 jobs just to put food on the table. But in South Africa, it doesn't look like we have those opportunities. The jobs are not there. If the jobs were there, they will be filled. There will be people working in those spaces, but the jobs are not there. We have to create them ourselves. And I'm putting this also to the youth of South Africa. Those who are under 35, I'm still young also. I'm still under 35. All of us who are still youth, all of us who are just, are above 35, go and do something, start something, motivate the young ones. Be an example to your kids, be an example to your younger brothers, your younger sisters. Do something, stand up and do something. There is a lot of opportunities out there. Every time I'm going to work, whether I'm traveling public transport or I'm traveling via my own transport. I always see people on the street selling. I always see people who look educated, people who look decent selling on the streets, people who look like, they have qualifications. They can be somewhere in an office, they can be somewhere in a project, they can be somewhere in a site, working, using their skills. But they saw it fit to get up there and do something. So I'm saying to all of us, let's go do something. Let's go put ourselves out there. It's not going to come while we're sitting. It's not going to come to us. You gotta go out there and you gotta get it. So I'm saying let's all go out there and get it. It's an opportunity for us to rise up and do something. It's an opportunity for us to rise up and work and put food on the table. Work, work, work. It's time to rise up. You know, if it's issues of electricity, if it's issues of health that we cannot do ourselves, it's our responsibility to choose a political party that's going to pull those things off. If it's the NHI, if it's a fighting crime, if it's fighting all this poverty that we're going through. Poverty is a crime. I've already said that. Crime is crime. People are dying left, right, center. A lot of things are going wrong. Prices are shooting through the roof. Food is expensive. So it's if you believe that there are some of the things that need these leaders to influence policies, to do things that will change things for us, go and vote for that party. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. The fact that you vote for them and they have a chance to be in parliament and then to be in this national council of provinces, they are going to effect change. They are going to change your life, and it's going to trickle down to us and people around us. Everyone in South African society, we can change things. Start with us. Do something within yourself. Start something as yourself. Do for self, and then look at the politicians to do those things that needs legislature, needs executions, things of that nature. So it begins there. I'm saying I'm taking it upon myself. I'm putting it on me to say I'm going to rise up. I'm going to look forward to changing things for myself. So I'm not going to dwell in talking about manifestos. I've already done that. A lot of people, a lot of podcasts are doing that. The likes of Penwell, the Black Pen, with the Penwell show, the likes of Meg G. I saw they're doing podcasts talking to politicians. David Mashavela, they're, King David Studio, they are talking about this thing day in, day out. Politicians are campaigning, politicians are promising, they're influencing us to go and vote. So I'm not going to be talking about manifestos again. We have to talk about action now. We have to talk about the youth. I'm going to be sitting down with some of the young people that are doing business, that are getting up and succeeding in businesses. I'm going to be sitting down talking to them, and I'm going to be interviewing them. I'm going to have conversations talking about what can the youth do. If I'm a young person today, what can I do today? Starting today, what can I do to change my situations? So I'm looking at this thing from that point of view, to say that there are a lot of people that are examples out there, that they are not looking at politicians, they're not looking for t-shirts, they're not looking for all this political memorabilia to be saying that I'm a proud member of the EFF. I support the EFF. I'll probably vote for the EFF, and I'll probably vote for them nationally, provincially, to see what they can do, put them out there so they can be my voice. But that doesn't mean that I'm looking at Julius to put food on my table. I'm not looking at him to feed my kids. I'm looking at myself to say, what can I do within the environment that is influenced by the politicians, the laws that are governing my environment? What can I do as a human being tomorrow? What can I do come the 1st of June 2024? What can I do as an individual? So I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking that this is like we are setting the tone, and I'm preparing that when I begin speaking to the young people that are doing business, I already have laid the foundation. I've already, motivated myself and inspired myself to be saying that we cannot look at the government to do things for us. We are educated, we went to school, we have worked, we have experiences. Some of us are qualified without jobs. We are sitting and we can do something, organize ourselves together, pull ourselves together, do something. Once you get up, pull something up. And that's one of the problems that we have as black people. Once we get up, we don't want to pull somebody up. And I'm very proud of people that I know that when they get an opportunity, they send CVs. They ask you, can you send your CV? There's a job here and there. They send you positions that they found that they think you should be applying for. You're not doing anybody a favor by blocking them. You are putting this country down. You are part of the problem. So I'm saying that each and every one of us, once we rise up, once we find the formula to say that I know that if I do 1, 2, 3, this and that, I can lift myself up. And once I lift myself up, lift another person. So I'm saying that let's all participate and put it upon ourselves to say that we are going to be working, we are going to be doing whatever we can to make it work. We are going to do whatever it takes to rise up and do the best that we can. So that is my proposition to all of you. That is my my point for today as I'm concluding the political series. I've been talking about politics. I've been analyzing and helping myself also and helping others to say that which party do you think can help South Africa? Which political party do you believe has the credentials, has the track record, as education? People are educated in this political party. They take it serious, and if we put them in government, they are the ones who are going to change things for us. Which party do you believe has what it takes to take South Africa forward, to create an environment where we can thrive, an environment where we can work hard and lift ourselves up? Which political party do you believe is the right one to lead? Is it Julius? Is it Cyril? Is it the DA, John Steenhuisen? Is it Rise Mzansi? Is it Busa? Which political party do you believe has what it takes to take us forward? So I'm putting it out there to say, let's all step up. Let's all take it upon ourselves, because we may be the future leaders and we may be the people that are going to lead this country. And I'm putting it out there to say, let's stand up, rise up, do whatever it takes to put ourselves up there. We have what it takes. It has to start from here. It has to start from within. Start with yourself, start with your family, your immediate families. Start with your friends, start with your colleagues. Those people, once they rise up, the whole country is going to rise up. We cannot be in this situation forever. There are a lot of countries that have been in shambles. There are a lot of countries that have, started from zero. Sometimes you gotta go down before you go up. Look at the likes of Rwanda. Look at the likes of Kenya. Look at countries like Singapore. A lot of people, they dream of going to Singapore. Look at Dubai. It starts from zero. They get it from the mud. It starts from the sand. It starts from the ground. It was a desert. Now it's a mega city, and they're building mega city all over the world. In Sudan, it starts from zero, and we have the capacity, we have the resources, we have people that are intelligent to take this country forward. And I believe it's in the youth. Those of you who are in your 15s, in your 18s, under 21, under 35, it starts with us. We have to rise up, do something, lead our own, lead ourselves, take ourselves out of this place. And I believe we can do it. You know what I mean? I believe we can do it. It's only a matter of time until we realize that these guys, they don't give a damn about us. These politicians, they don't give a damn about us. And we have to step up and do what it takes. So I'm saying, let's go out there and let's vote. You're not voting, because you need a handout. No, you're not voting because you need somebody to help you. You're voting so that the country, our nation and our state and people who cannot do for self, they can get an environment where they can be inspired to do for self. They can be inspired to rise up and branch out, to learn new skills, to branch out into new avenues and do for self. Poverty is a crime against humanity. And there's this quote that I love, which says, nobody asks you where you got your money. They ask you, do you have it? So that's the epitome of what I'm saying. That's the epitome of what I'm saying. Nobody asks you where you get it from. Nobody asks you where you got your money. They ask you, do you have it? So I'm saying it doesn't matter where you get your money. But it best not be from crime. It best not be from killing somebody. You gotta get it from the mud. You gotta go out there and hustle. You gotta go out there. We all need money. And do not let them lie to you and tell you it's not all about money. It's all about money. Don't let them tell you that it's all about passion and what you love. As long as you're hungry, that love is going to run out. And as a country, we cannot be, playing around, fooling around, waiting for these politicians while we are doing the so-called our passion. If it doesn't put food on the table, leave that thing. If it doesn't put food on your table, leave that thing. We have to work hard. We have to get on and rise up, against these adversities, the things that we are facing, the things that we are dealing with. It's up to us to work hard at it. It's up to us to work hard and deal with these things. So I'm saying, as a South African, as South Africans out there, let's go out, let's vote on the 29th. Time is now. And come the 29th, come the 30th, come the 1st of June, it's crunch time. We have to, put action to match the words that we've been saying, the things that we've been saying. And I want to see action from politicians, those who are going to be in power, those who are going to be rewarded with the trust of the people of South Africa. I want to see some action. EFF, I want to see some action. The DA, I want to see some action. Busa, I want to see some action. Arise Mzansi, I want to see some action. And I believe a whole lot of us, South Africans, we want to see some action. It's not just about talking and motivating and inspiring people. It's about doing. Tell the people to do for self. Don't lie to them and tell them you're going to make and create 2 million jobs, 2.5 million jobs. Tell them to do for self. Tell them to rise up and hustle. Start something. The government will assist where they can. Funding will come. Opportunities will come. Incubators will come. Business environments will rise up. Investments will come. Partnerships will come. But you're not going to be partnering with somebody who's got 100 when you got a 0. You have to start somewhere, meet each other halfway and start something. And as South Africans, I believe we can do it. As South Africans, I believe we can rise up and do something that will change our lives. This is only the beginning. It's been a horrific past 30 years. It's now time to rise up and do more with the opportunities that we have. It's time to rise up and do more. It's our opportunity. Everybody, let's rise up. Let's go and work. Mzansi, I'm proud of you, and I believe come the 29th of May, we're going to make ourselves proud. We're going to make our future selves proud. Looking back in 2054, looking back in 2024, that, that was the time when we made a change. That was the time when we decided that we are going to rise up. We're not going to look at our politicians as people that we must cry to. We must, look for handouts. No. 2054, we're going to look back and say, I made a choice. I decided I'm not going to cry no more. I'm not going to look to the sky no more. I'm going to work. I'm going to rise up, change my own situation. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to the Good Podcast with ET. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, peace. I'm out.